Hey everyone, Jon Corra here, Marketing Director for McClinton Mitsubishi. And what you're looking at right now is something we've covered a lot. That's the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. And while we've covered a lot about the super all-wheel control on these vehicles, what we haven't talked about much is the front-wheel drive settings on these vehicles. So as you all know, there is a big chip shortage going on right now to where inventory is limited. We only have a handful of these Outlanders right now. And currently it is very difficult to get any all-wheel drive Outlanders in. So we live here in West Virginia where it's, especially in Parkersburg, it's somewhat rural. We have a lot of snow days in the wintertime. And people are concerned that a front-wheel drive vehicle can't quite handle the wintertime driving. I'm here to tell you that's not the case. For instance, back there in the background is a blue Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. That's mine. It's front-wheel drive. I have a lot of experience driving that in the winter. I've put almost 55,000 miles on it in 2 years. I've driven it in some pretty bad weather conditions. I've had minimal issues. The only time I've ever had anything that was really wrong, no one should have been on the road, and all-wheel drive wouldn't have saved me. So there are a few reasons why you want to consider a front-wheel drive Outlander right now. So for one, let's take a look at tires. Tires mean so much when it comes to wintertime driving. As you can tell, these Nexans that come on the Outlander from the factory have pretty good tread on them. So that's something to consider. Your tires mean more than anything else whatsoever when it comes to wintertime driving. No matter if you're driving a front-wheel drive vehicle, a rear-wheel drive vehicle, an all-wheel drive vehicle, a truck, a car, a van, no matter what you're driving, the tires mean a lot. So you can tell that these Nexans that come from the factory do have a pretty aggressive tread on them. So that's one of the first things to consider. Also, the Outlander has very good ground clearance. No matter what, if you drive a front-wheel drive one or an all-wheel control one, you're going to get pretty good ground clearance from the factory. It's over 8 inches, which is more than a lot of the competitors on the road. Even in its two-wheel drive form, it is front-wheel drive. So if you're looking at something like the Explorer, for instance, that and two-wheel drive is rear-wheel drive. So you're going to have a lot more issues with that in the snow than you will a front-wheel drive vehicle. People have driven front-wheel drive vehicles in the snow forever. I live in a very rural area with lots of hills and valleys, and I've had, like I said, very minimal issues with my Outlander Sport driving in the snow. So that's one of the biggest reasons. You got the ground clearance, which is important. You have the tires, which are important. Then you also have something that we need to check out inside, which will set this vehicle apart from all the others. So let's go inside and take a look. Okay, so the second reason why a front-wheel drive Mitsubishi Outlander for 2022 isn't necessarily a death sentence in the wintertime or during snow driving is right down here. Here are your drive modes. And you've maybe seen us actually cover this in the all-wheel control version of the Outlander, but you might be surprised to learn that the front-wheel drive version of the Outlander has the drive modes as well. So let's take a quick look at that. The only difference is the front-wheel drive doesn't have the mud setting, but it has all the other settings. So of course, right now we're in Eco, and then you can go to Normal, and then Tarmac, which is more of like your sport setting, and you have Gravel, and then you have Snow. So even though you are in a front-wheel drive Mitsubishi Outlander, you still have these drive settings, including one for snow. This will act a lot like the one does for the all-wheel control. So it's a more advanced setting that controls like the traction control in the vehicle, the active yaw control. It will set the vehicle's computer to optimize traction for snow driving. So even though it doesn't have all-wheel drive or all-wheel control, as we call it in the Mitsubishi world, it does still have those settings. So that will make a big difference in snow driving. Also, let's say you are out and it's snowy and you got a big hill to go down. Well, the Mitsubishi Outlander, even in front-wheel drive, has downhill assist. So that's that button there in the middle. And you just push it on the selector. You can see that it's starting to engage in there. Now I'm not driving, I'm not going down a hill, so I can't really do much with it right now as far as showing how it works. But as far as the downhill assist goes, if you are going down a snowy embankment or a snowy road, for instance, that's got a steep incline, it will help control the vehicle going down. So it will modulate the accelerator and the brakes and pretty much help you drive. You still have to steer, but it will help you drive down the road, the steep grade. It's really a great feature to have in a front-wheel drive vehicle, an all-wheel drive vehicle. So once again, this is just one of those ways that the Mitsubishi Outlander in front-wheel drive is still a great winter driving vehicle. All right, so that does pretty much wrap it up. I do want to mention something real quick. Some of you are aware that the Outlander shares a platform with the Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue does not have the same drive modes as the Outlander does, in either all-wheel control or front-wheel drive. So this one has the snow mode, and then also has the gravel mode, the tarmac mode, and eco mode, the downhill assist. The Nissan Rogue does not have it. Nissan has like 3 settings, to where this has the 5 in front-wheel drive, 6 if you get all-wheel control. So if you're cross-shopping the two vehicles, even though they're the same platform, they are not the same. Plus you get the 20-inch rims on the SE and the SEL. They're optional on the ES. Biggest rims you can get on the Nissan Rogue are 19, so just keep that in mind. But that pretty much wraps it up. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to give us a call, 304-422-6501. Check us out online, McClintonMitsubishi.com. Of course, you can comment below. We love answering your comments or your questions. Check us out on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. We're pretty much everywhere. And if you have an idea for a video that you'd like to see us cover in the future, please don't hesitate to let us know. We're always looking for new ideas, and we hope to see you around next time.